This is it. Champions League kicks off 29 minutes. Matt, are you ready, my friend?
No, I'm not. I feel like I've been sitting here all day just getting ready for this, man. This is the round of 16. Gosh, does it get any better than this, Cody?
No, it does not. My beers are out. Bud Light Platinum's cracked. Low-carb beer, high in alcohol content, and I'm ready to see some action. I've been waiting all day. All day. It's time. Lineups are out. Let's go through them. I think I want to start with PSG and Dortmund with the lineups because I was looking at it. I haven't pulled up. Sorry, I'm looking at my phone. I wasn't expecting Thiago Silva to start because he was so bad last weekend. He's in the lineup. Marquinhos has retained his position in the midfield defensively in the CDM role next to Idrissa Gueye and Verratti. I still don't think that's going to hurt us at all in the PSG Dortmund match. Anything that sticks out to you in those lineups at all?
Yeah. What sticks out to me in that match is that both of these teams are playing fairly defensive in midfield, just like what we talked about last night, Cody. Now we're seeing Marquinhos in that center defensive mid role here, and then also, with Idrissa Gueye in there, that's a nice little combo. It looks like PSG are going to be all about playing on the counter attack, considering Mbappe is up top with Di Maria and Neymar. No Icardi, no Cavani. Very interesting from Thomas Tuchel here as he travels back to his old home in the Signal Iduna Park.
Man, there's some bad blood there, man. There's some bad blood. I was happy to see Di Maria in there. He's been arguably their best player behind Mbappe this year. He has been their best player behind Mbappe this year. Going forward. He's been great. In this match, I'm on the over 3.5 goals. If you haven't placed your bets yet, I need you can tell me what you got in this match. But because you added a few, didn't you?
No, I mean, I'm sticking with the same. Both teams to score and over 2.5 goals in that one. It's juicy, but I have to take it here. Maybe we see a letdown in the first leg. I would say that, the way that these two teams are setting up definitely plays to more of an under, just when you see Witsel and Emre Can combined at Dortmund there. But, I think that this hits 3 goals at the very least here.
Yeah. And this is what I had, over 3.5 goals. I got it at -102. It's at -108 on my book right now. So it's been moving a little bit, as expected. But yeah, I mean, in this match, I actually really like as well. A couple of people are on it. It's really where I got the idea, but I like it. Where both teams to score in the first half, especially in the second half, if you're looking for some extra action. I personally also think the first goal will come in a minute 11 to 20. I think that's where the first goal is going to come. I'm on the fence about betting it. I don't think I am, just because that's it's a kind of a long shot. It's at plus 300. I do think that's when the first goal is coming personally. And I think it's going to be Dortmund that's going to open the door first. I think they're going to be the ones that cross the line first. Any other angles you think you have on this match?
Yeah, here, hold on. My lighting is kind of messed up.
Your what?
The lighting.
We lost our co-host, folks. We are co-host down, and there he is.
No, he's back. Back and ready.
Do you have any other angles you whether you're playing?
I don't see PSG losing this match. I'll say that right now. This is a pick'em -125, I believe, depending on where you're shopping for PSG. I took one today. I added one. I'm on Liverpool and PSG 2-team parlay, both at the draw no bet side, plus 180. I don't see these two teams losing these matches. I mean, if the more likely one for me would definitely be Dortmund beating PSG, but man, it's just a nice price, I think. And if one of them wins and one of them draws, then I still win. So
exactly. And that's the other thing too. If this is me personally, if you're picking a side today in this match, I think Dortmund are going to win. I see 4-3. I really do. I truly see 4-3. If Dortmund plans to advance here in this round, They need to score today. They need to score as many goals as they can. If they go back to Parc des Princes and it's level on goals, or even if they're up 1 goal, they're in serious trouble. They're going to get caked at Parc des Princes. I personally, I think they're going to get smoked. You know what PSG do in second legs of Champions League? They tend to choke it up a little bit, as we've seen in the past. But again, this is a Borussia Dortmund team that goes on the road and gives up a lot of goals. They give up a lot of goals. What's your angle? You said you like what was your parlay? You just said it. I'm sorry.
PSG and Liverpool both at a pick'em. So I'm taking the road teams. It's very square too. I want to make that very clear. This is not a sharp angle that I'm taking, but I think that these two teams have too much quality. I flip it on over. Let's take it over to the Wanda here.
Yeah.
Where obviously Liverpool are traveling to where they hoisted the Champions League trophy last season, but they didn't play this side in the final. This is a decent little lineup here from Atletico Madrid. You can see how they're going to want to keep it tight. They're playing that classic 4-4-2. They're going to want to try and take Liverpool on the counterattack. I expect Liverpool to have 65, 70% possession here, even on the road. Man, you know, it's going to be tough. These are probably the 2 best goalkeepers in the world here going head-to-head here when we look at Oblak and, of course, Alisson. Then we've got also a great battle of managers, 2 of the top 5 for me, and Diego Simeone and Jurgen Klopp. This one's going to be tight, I think. You know, both of these defenses are probably top 5, top 10 in Europe. And so that's kind of why I'm holding my nose here. I'm taking a first half draw. I got -105. I think that if you're shopping around, you can find -105 to -110. In this one, I just see this one being cagey, you know, in the first leg. Another play that I kind of like is under 1 goal. You have to lay some juice on that at -150, depending on where you're looking at. But it's anywhere from -150 to, I think, even saw at DraftKings here in India, like -175. So I don't know about all that. But, you know, what do you think here, Cody? I mean, seriously.
I mean, on this one, and before I touch on this real quick, Enrique in the chat just said PSG and both teams to score, Squid Special at +250. Love to see that in the chat. I think if you're going to bet either team to win, you have to throw in the both teams to score with the accumulator. Just to answer that question.
I agree.
You're going one way or the other. PSG is a safer shot, and a +250, I could never tell you no. I just want to lay that out there. But circling back around to this match, I didn't think they would have a striker that would be healthy. And of all of them, Murata is in the lineup. I didn't think he had a shot. I thought he was, you know, the furthest down the list of being able to play today. He's fit. You have to wonder how fit he actually is going to be and how long he'll be on the pitch. They need to get something out of him in the first half or in the first 60 minutes for him to have any sort of effect on the match. They needed size up top, and they need a finisher, and they're getting it. That makes them a little dangerous. And I think you're seeing that because Liverpool are now up to +120 on the money line on my book. That it's so hard to look away, even on the road, Liverpool, at those kind of odds. I'm not touching it, but it's so hard not to do that. But it's square play, you know?
I know.
But looking at the Athletic lineup, I think Salah is going to run riot down the wing. I mean, they have Renan Lodi on the wing or at a fullback instead of Trippier. I don't see how Atletico is going to deal with that wing play. I don't see it, honestly. Versalco is not a fast player. Mane is equally physically as dominant as he is. Mane's going to have a day today. Mane, I think if there's going to be a goal scorer, Mane is going to be my tab to score as well. I thought we would also see, good Lord, what's his name? Sorry, I'm spacing here. Carrasco. I think Yannick Carrasco is going to play. They're going Bloker instead, which means you're just planning on packing it in the midfield. Yep. So, I mean, I think if you're going with the under, like we discussed yesterday, you're looking good. Your first half play, that's money. No chance there's going to be 2 goals unless Liverpool get a goal in the first 10 minutes, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think that, the under 1 seems pretty safe here at -150 to 160 because, I think at worst you get your money back here. I see 0-0 at the break. This is going to be just like at the weekend when Liverpool traveled to Norwich, I know that Norwich and Atleti do not have the same quality, but I still see it being very similar where Atleti are going to pack it in, and we're going to see if Liverpool can break them down. I believe I saw earlier, Cody, when you mentioned Mane, anytime goal scorer, he's like plus 550 or 600.
No way.
Yes.
Anytime goal scorer.
He would have to be my only shout for Liverpool. He's the one that I trust the most, especially in that matchup that you talk about. God, how do you pronounce his name again?
The fullback, Renan Lodi.
Well, yeah, but the other one, the Croatian.
Oh, Vrsaljko.
Yeah, no, that
he's not very good.
That's a good matchup. He's a good fullback.
I don't think he's that good, but
I think he's pretty good, but he's going up against the best today. So we're going to find out what he's all about. I know he's best brothers with Dejan Lovren, the Croatian. I know that for sure. But yeah.
I mean, when you look at Atletico, the most important player on the pitch for them, he needs to come with his A game today to have a prayer, and it's Stefan Savic. That's it to me. It all comes down to him. He's going to have to play his game. He's one of the best center halves in the world, in my opinion. I'd love to have him on, my team. Obviously, we need help there. But Saul can get forward. Thomas Partey is in the midfield, one of the best defensive midfielders in the world. That midfield battle that's the one thing in this match. Midfield battle, I think it's even. I think it's even. It may even see a bit of favoritism, in my opinion, to the Atletico midfield, just because they've been playing together for so long. And defensively, they're going to pack it in. They know where every single one of them is going to be throughout the match. That's going to be where the match is going to be won, in my opinion, on the pitch. So
yeah, no, I think that maybe a slight lean to Atleti's midfield, but I think that Liverpool's midfield does get so much slack over the years. It's underrated still. I mean, Fabinho he's top center defensive midfielder right there in the world. He's one up. But here, take a look at this. I got this cologne bottle recently, and look at this. Shaped just like the cup of the Champions League.
What does it smell like? Liverpool? Fucking dirty.
Smells like Merseyside.
So it smells like beer. Fucking stale pop.
But yeah, I mean, these matches right here today. What a great job of scheduling from UEFA here to kick off with these two. Does it get any better?
Are you gonna be double screening? You gonna have both up?
Yeah, I'm double screening today for sure. I'll be ready to go.
Yeah, I'll be watching both, but my eyes are gonna be glued to that PSG match. They will be glued.
I know. What's sad is I think that I'm gonna have the PSG match on the bigger screen.
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
It's just such a good one, man.
I mean, if you want to circle back, I don't think we touched on this. I know there's going to be a lot of goals, but have you looked at the anytime goal scorer market in the other match, the PSG Dortmund match?
I know that Mbappe is about plus 110 today. I think that that's worth a half unit stab on Mbappe.
That's outrageous. I wish I had the odds pulled up. If you don't have them pulled up, do you? Anytime goal scorer?
No, I don't have them pulled up.
Okay, because if I had to take a shot here, if you want a guy that's going to be priced well at anytime goal scorer, just a couple names, Emre Can will be again.
That is digging deep.
No, Dortmund, like I said yesterday, they average over 16 and a half shots per game in Champions League and Bundesliga. And Emre Can loves to unload from deep. And PSG are a team that will give you a little bit of space on the outside of the box. I see him taking his shot. What PSG is going to want to do is just limit Haaland completely. They're going to be all over him. They're going to kind of drop deeper in the box, I think. Midfielder's going to lay off on the wings, and Emre Can will have some room. I think he's a good shout. Thorgan Hazard, he'll be in goal scoring position. I guarantee he's got pretty good odds as well. And for PSG, I mean, any one of the front three is going to be a shout. But I mean, Neymar.
Here's a good one. I think if you take these two young superstars, you take Mbappe and you take Sancho at plus prices today, and that's all you do, you're most likely going to profit today.
Yep. No, you're absolutely right.
Just like as well, if you were to take PSG and you take Liverpool on the money line today, and those are your two single bets, I think that you'll find a way to find profit here. I think that one of those teams goes on the road and wins today. I really do.
Man, I really like Dortmund today. I can't get by them. Just their performances at home lately have just been too good. You know, scoring 5 goals in 3 of their last like 6 matches at home.
I know.
You're not going to slow this train. I understand it's a Bundesliga, but it's kind of comes back to like RB Leipzig. They went against Liverpool, teams that have great defenses and got the job done. This is the same kind of team for me in the same kind of spot. I know it's a first leg, but they're going to be going for goals. So
I know. It's just, let's look through Dortmund's schedule here, because that's the one thing for me is I feel like they've been balling recently, but who have they been, playing so well against is the
I think they played against Eintracht 4 goals. I bet on that one. I bet the over 3, and they did it themselves. I think they played Augsburg. I have it pulled up right here, actually. I was just looking at it.
They lost, but they lost 4-3 to Leverkusen.
Yep.
They
post at home.
Lost 3-2 in the cup.
Yeah, against at home, the last matches at home, they posted 4 against Eintracht Frankfurt, 5 against Union Berlin, who are one of the best defensive teams in the league. If not, maybe I think they're second best in the league. They dropped 5 on FC Cologne, who they're pretty bad, and then before that against Dusseldorf they dropped 5 as well.
This is a match that I think is pretty comparable to what I'm hoping for today. Is December 17th when Red Bull Leipzig came into town, and that was a 3-3 thriller. That's what we need today. That is what we need today.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to get past the goals in this match. If you're taking the under, you better have said your Hail Marys, because that is going to be a butt puncher. If
you're taking the under, you're just being completely contrarian, and
you're a pessimist.
For that reason, I want to say that probably 75-80% of the money here is coming in on the over. So if you're one of those guys that likes to read lines and go against what the public is doing, then so be it. Because you're Giorgio. I'm probably being as square as it gets today. Seriously, I mean, I don't think that I haven't done it both teams to score an over 2.5 at over 160 all season. I'm doing it today. I just have to. And I'm taking a shot on both of these road teams that I think are superior. I've also put in last night, I was looking at it before I went to bed, just scrambling through some fun bets on teams to qualify for the next round. I think it's a good look here. I think it's PSG, Juventus, Liverpool, and who was the other one? And Bayern Munich. +1 over plus 150, plus 156, all to qualify. I mean, let's break it down real quick. Bayern Munich go on the road in the first leg to Chelsea next week. Chelsea are in the worst of forms right now, heading into Bayern. That's got to be scary territory for Frankie Lampard right now.
Yeah, he wants no part of that. You look what Bayern Munich did going into Tottenham in the group stage.
Exactly.
You don't want any part of that.
You've got Juventus going on the road to Lyon. I think that they still take care of business no matter what in that one. That one was the biggest price, -600. But the one that scares me the most would be PSG and Dortmund in terms of today. What happens today? Does Dortmund surprise everyone and win this match 3-1, and where it's game on at the Parc des Princes?
I think it will be. I mean, I really do. I think I'm going to keep saying it, but I think Dortmund are going to roll 4-3, 4-2, in my opinion. I see 4 goals out of Dortmund. I've been riding that wave this year. I'm betting Bundesliga as well. I'm not going to hop off it now. PSG don't scare me defensively. They just don't. Look what they just did a few days ago, giving up 3 first-half goals. If they start that lethargic here, Sancho's going to smack them in the mouth. It's going to be – they don't want to do – if they get down like that to this team, they better tuck their tails into Parc des Princes and hope that the Frenchmen show up coming back on the second leg, because they are going to be asked if they lay that down today. You do not want to lay anything to this Dortmund team. They will crush you and roll you down. You don't want it.
I'm seeing Brian Yoler's comments here. PSG should roll them today.
Yeah, that's as heinous as
honestly, though, I mean, this Dortmund defense it's almost unbackable. It really is. I mean, when you look at the steal of what PSG are coming out with today with Marquinhos, there is the thing about PSG this season, and I think that they're worth a look as a future bet. You know, you're seeing. Let's take a look at what is the price at PSG to win this competition. I mean, seriously, I've got it pulled up right now.
You're quick with
You've got 7-1 right now, and I think that
how can you not?
How can you not? Because this team does have steel now, and that's the biggest thing that I look at in terms of what do you look at when you're looking at a big team in a knockout stage. The one thing that you're looking for is obviously quality going forward. PSG check all the boxes there.
Yeah,
you're looking for steel in defense, and they have that Brazilian duo of Marquinhos, Silva. They have Munier at right back, Kimpembe if they want him. You know, the left back spot is probably their one weakness in Kurzawa, who obviously, you know, Arsenal were looking at heavily in the January window. But so you have those two things, but then the major factor is how do you win aggregate competitions? Is you have a fantastic home side,
great manager,
and Dortmund definitely have that here, but the Parc des Princes is so underrated. We've talked about that on multiple podcasts this year, Cody. The Parc des Princes is underrated, and I think that no matter what happens here, if we do see a 2-1 Dortmund or a 2-2, I think that it's going to be PSG all the way here at Parc des Princes. So
and that's the thing too. If you see that happen in the return leg to Paris, I'm going to jump on that point spread all day. Oh man, I will jump. If I expect it to be at 1.5, -1, 1.5, I would still be unquestionably taking that, in my opinion. That's me.
Yeah. But I saw, you know, today I looked at just some exactas. One that kind of caught my eye a little bit was 2-1 PSG plus 700. That one looks kind of good to me. You and I are on opposite sides, though, here in that one. I couldn't even talk anyone off, though, of taking a big price with Dortmund, but you should have taken it earlier if you were going to take it. I think the value is completely gone.
Yeah, and then just looking at the chat, Brian, again, I mean, he's questioning the midfield and the defense being better than PSG. I mean, the defense, I'm not going to sit here and say it's better. Obviously, it's not. But PSG's defense is not great. It's not even very good, in my opinion. They play in a league that is questionable at goal scoring. They've had a pretty good Champions League defensively, but
I think that what Tuchel has done is they've really tightened it up at the back. And then when Yoler, he makes a comment here just about the goalkeeper, bringing in Navas is exactly what this team needed. They didn't have the goalkeeping prowess that they have right now. You know, they were rolling with an over 40-year-old Gigi Buffon. They were rolling with Areola. Now they bring in a guy who has hoisted this cup before, and a Keylor Navas. That might be exactly what this team needs. I'm telling you right now, I already have a couple of futures. I have a couple of future bets. They were locked in August at, you know, Juventus and Liverpool to win the cup. I'm really considering adding PSG here at plus 700. I think that they are so live in this competition. It's not even funny.
Yeah, them in Manchester City, you see it every single year. They just seem to crap out when it matters. They're going to get through this round. They're going to get through next round. Semifinals typically where they just sputter out, and
true. No, it's very true. They have definitely
they don't face enough good competition during the year. If you catch them out, they don't know how to respond when they're down in a match, and they give up a lot of leads as well. They're not a good team at holding leads.
You're right. No, that's the biggest point is that, you know, they play in the French league. And so then they come into the Champions League where they're just so used to dusting everybody. And now when somebody puts a couple past them it's like, they're all looking around and, who's going to step up here. I'll still
Yeah, it's like when you go into the NCAA tournament in a mid-conference team and you run the conference, you don't know how to respond. You know what I mean? It works the same way. You have to know how to face adversity. I mean, these players do come from other sides where, they've seen this kind of thing before, but as a team, you go through a whole year playing football and then you get into April, May, and anything can happen,
Exactly.
So, but yeah, matches kick off in about 4 minutes. I think that pretty much will wrap it up. Anything else you want to add?
No, just looking at the comments here. I mean, Brian's right. Allison did take Liverpool, to that next step. And I think that Navas is capable to do that with PSG. I'm not kidding. I want to sign off here. PSG to win this competition plus 700 is worth a real look right now.
You can't sit there and tell me Navas is going to have the same impact as Allison. I don't agree. Oh, man.
I don't know.
Allison is so – his distribution is A1. Navas isn't very good at it. He's not. He's a good shot stopper, but not so fast, my friend. And, yes, Brian, CONCACAF Champions League tonight. I'm looking at the card. Check Twitter. I don't like this competition. I don't like it.
Who's featuring in that one? No. I would like to look at it.
In that one, let me pull it up. I just had it.
Let's take a look. That's a good shout.
It's Monarcas, Club Tijuana, and Toluca and Pachuca, I believe.
Dude, I
apologize. That's the league. It's Portmore.
I see it. Cruz Azul.
Club Leon in Los Angeles will be a good match. Montagua.
That's a
the
really
only match
good
you're going to look at is Club Leon in Los Angeles. It's going to be in Mexico.
What are your thoughts on Leon? I know that you've been a wizard recently.
I like Leon in Los Angeles. I believe it's Leon's favored by 1 goal. So I'm looking at the match. Club Leon sit third in the table right now. Good goal scoring side, 14 goals, giving up 9. They're not very. I just bet them this weekend and won on both teams to score. I'm going to play. If I'm going anywhere, I'm playing the over in this match. It's probably at 3 goals. I haven't looked at that yet, but that's what
I've got it pulled up. I've got it pulled up here.
It's a tough competition.
Because normally, it's overs galore. Over 3.5 plus 120.
I'm not doing that.
What do you think about the CD Matagua against Atlanta United?
I don't know who that is.
I don't know either.
I honestly have no idea who that team is. So you can fill me in on that, but that's probably the second division Mexican team.
They're the champions of Honduras.
Get out of here, man. All right, I'm trying to watch Champions League football time. 2 minutes to kick. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. We'll see you at halftime. Yeah. Brian, stay tuned on CONCACAF. I'll let you know. But thanks, Pub Sports. We'll see you again about 45 minutes. Go Liverpool. Go Dortmund. It's Champions League time, baby. We'll see you soon.